I'm 5 months pregnant. I was like, what is this? I might get 1 or 2 things done. Like, anyway, you guys, we're back with another video. I cannot believe I'm actually saying this right now. I cannot. God is so good. Anyways, I am glad to be back. I'm glad. I'm blessed. See, I don't even know how to talk anymore. I don't even know how to film. I don't even know if I remember how to edit. This is too much for me right now. I'm glad to be back. Shout outs to everyone that reached out to me, DM me via my Snapchat, Instagram, asking me if I was okay. Some of you were like, are you hiding another pregnancy from us or what? And this lady was like, should we expect a labor and delivery story anytime soon? I was like, labor and delivery story from who, when, how? No guys, not anytime soon. No, I'm not pregnant just yet. I'll keep you guys updated if I am, okay? The reason why I've been away from my social media platform is because it started to affect me negatively. It started affecting my relationship with God. It started affecting me mentally. It was just crazy. I got to a point where I was not praying anymore. I honestly stopped praying. Not that I stopped believing in God, because I don't think that would ever happen. I will always believe in God, but God was always in the back of my mind. That's probably why I was able to like catch myself back up and, you know, bring myself up. I honestly went through the toughest time ever, mentally, spiritually. It was just crazy. So I decided to shut down my social life, like my social media life, like, you know, getting on Instagram first thing in the morning, I cut that off. Getting on Snapchat every 24/7, I cut that off. I was still watching YouTube, but I was watching YouTube to like educate myself, to motivate myself. I started watching different type of content. I stopped watching beauty, fashion or hair videos. I started watching the motivational videos, you know, videos that will motivate you and all that type of stuff. Like it really got to me. You know, before I used to wake up, I would read my Bible, pray, and, you know, go about my business. But then I stopped. I would wake up in the morning, forget that the reason why I'm even up, it's because of God. I would just go on my social media, look, oh, who got their body done, like whose body is looking banging. Like I started living that kind of life, you know, through social media. I would get on social media, look at all these Instagram models, or, you know, new moms, like moms that just had babies maybe yesterday and their bodies already banging, and I'm sitting here looking like I'm 5 months pregnant. I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, God, why do you hate me so much? Like I was in a bad place. Like I was in a bad place spiritually. Like it was just so bad, even mentally. Then I started telling my husband, like, we need to save up money because I need to go get my body done. And there was this social media influencer who posted a video on where she got her body done, and I was like, oh my God, I need to get this girl. I WhatsApped them. I sent them my like pictures of my body. I was like, this is what I want. They quoted me everything. Like I showed my husband. I was like, babe, this is so cheap. Like it was like, what, 3,000? Mind you, I did not have 3,000 to spend on my body. I had other issues to take care of, to worry about, and I was worrying about the wrong thing. Obviously I didn't realize that at that time, because I was in a dark place, you know, and all I was thinking about is just like, oh my God, I need to look like this, you know, I need to look like this, I have to look like this, I have to do this. I was just like worrying about the wrong things, and I was not, you know, taking care of my home. I was not taking care of my kids the way I wanted to. I mean, I was still taking care of them, obviously. They listen, they were clean, they were fed, you know, but I didn't give them the attention that I could have, because that time I was so worried about who posted what, who was doing what, who was, you know, it was just ridiculous. Now that I think about it, I'm like, what is social media for? Like, what is social media for? Honestly, I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, you know, there's nothing wrong with social media, but you just gotta know your limits. You gotta know, you know, that everything that's on social media doesn't mean you have to do everything that everybody's doing on social media. Doesn't mean you have to be a part of. My husband had to like sit me down. We had a whole conversation about all this body rebuilding thing. I was like, babe, I need to get my body done. He was like, are you even thinking about the consequences? Are you even thinking about Zoe? Are you thinking about Allison? Are you thinking about me? Like, what if something happens? What if something bad happens? I was just like, no, they did it, they got it done, and they're fine. But you know, it was just crazy. And honestly, I was in a bad place, and because I realized like I couldn't do it, I went through a mental breakdown. Like, it was just bad. And on top of that, I had other things to worry about, like I said, but I was not, you know, I was not even worrying about God. Now I feel like I was so ungrateful to God, because just the simple fact of being alive, of breathing, like of seeing my children, that blessing alone, I should praise God every second. And I didn't realize that. I did not, until like one morning I woke up. I don't even know. I know it's not like I don't know. I know it's God, because it couldn't have been anybody else. I woke up, I got on my knees, I started praying. I was praying. I was downstairs, I remember. I was crying, and then my husband came down. He was like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you crying? But you know, he later on understood like I was having this time with God. And honestly, it felt so good. Like, I felt like, where was I? Like, what got over me? Like, what got over me? What was I thinking about all these things? Like, it's crazy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting your body done. Obviously, go do what you can do, what you want to do. Just be safe, you know, just be safe. Honestly, I don't have anything against that. You know, if I get some coins, who knows, girl? I might get 1 or 2 things done. Like, who knows? Listen, hey, I'm joking, but all jokes aside, it was just so deep. Like, I started seeing things, you know, in a more positive way, because then I was not seeing things in a positive way. Everything was just so negative. I was not even thinking correctly anymore at all. Like, I was going through so much, you know, and that day felt like everything was just lifted off my shoulders. Like, I felt so good. From that day forward, I just shut down on social media. Don't get me wrong, once again, like I enjoy, obviously it's a good way to keep up with some of my close friends and family and stuff like that, but other than that, I didn't find it like fulfilling. Like, it was not. I needed more, which Snapchat was not bringing to me, Instagram was not bringing to me, or YouTube. Like, it was not, they were not bringing me what I needed. And what I needed was God. It was spiritual, it was more than that. And so I had to shut it down, find myself, find God, and make sure I don't leave, make sure I don't run away. Okay, I don't want to be one of those runaway child. I had to find God, and I had to find him quickly, because it was getting to a point where I was just going wild. And when you have kids, you don't have time to be going mad, girl, because you already know. Have you ever just stopped everything you were doing and just thank God? Like, I got to a point where everywhere I would go, I would be driving and just thanking God. Just thanking God, because, listen, without him, none of this will happen. I wouldn't be who I am today. I have so many things that I don't even need, things that I need, things that I don't even need. That wasn't planned. Things that I don't even need. And still, yet, I was so ungrateful. Like, how dare I? How could I be so ungrateful? Like, I couldn't. It's crazy, but that's why we're children of God. That's why I'm a child of God. And when they say God's love is unconditional, it's unconditional. Sometimes I felt like God wasn't there, but he was there. Like, I knew in the back of my mind like God was there, but I was trying to convince myself like, no, God is not there. God is not there for you, this and that, you know. But listen, it's all good and well. I started seeing things from a different perspective, obviously working on my body and stuff like that. Like, I learned, I was like, listen, I'm not even bad. Like, I am fine as heck. Like, what was I thinking? Like, what was I even thinking? And that's what's like, social media, you just get consumed by all those things you don't realize. Because I always thought like I have a tough skin. Yes, I do. But because I was so drawn into that, like, oh my God, I want to, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that. I have to get it. I have to do my body. I have to do this, that, you know, I wasn't thinking about anything else because I just wanted to do that. Like, I just wanted to do that. I was on social media, like, just, it's just crazy, you know. It's not just like getting your body done. There were so many other things, obviously, but again, it's all because I was not here with God. But guess what? I'm back though. Add me on my Snapchat, add me on Instagram if you would like to. Like, it's not even like going like me, like you must. No, if you like, if you don't like, don't like. It doesn't matter. So look out for more videos. And subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And once again, I appreciate everyone that reached out to me. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you all so much for watching. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Fucking girl, I guess he didn't know any better. Girl, that man didn't show any ever. Do all I can just to show you you're special. Certain it's your love that holds me together. Lately you say he been killing the vibe.